movie I'm seeing today. Yeah, Star Wars, The Last Jedi, yeah. I'm about to just watch my first movie of the year. I'm going to watch Star Wars, The Last Jedi. So let's see what all the fuss is about. I mean, you got some people divided on the movie. Some people are like, oh, it's great, amazing, and then others is like, it's okay, it's kind of bad, and all that. And it's like, whoa, it's like, what is it going to be? So, should be very interesting to see what this movie is gonna, what my reaction to the movie is gonna be. I have no idea if the audio is even getting through on this because I didn't get here early enough to do the pre-show. Yeah, in all honesty, with the Star Wars thing is I'm not really a fan of Star Wars, but I do like what Star Wars has done for the rest of like movies in general. So should be very interesting to watch this movie. I mean, it is the longest of all the Star Wars films, and also it's Carrie Fisher's last film. So I'm very interested in seeing what they do with this movie. And plus, also the director. The director is Ryan Johnson, the guy who did Looper. So time to watch Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
I just watched The Last Jedi. I did. I just watched The Last Jedi, and it was surprisingly a very, very good movie. Not a great movie, but it is a good movie. I honestly don't understand why everyone's so divided on this film. And how it's, some of it is, pacing is the term? People are like, oh, this movie has horrible, horrible pacing. And in other cases, some other people are like, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. That this movie is absolutely amazing. And I'm not going to talk about spoilers right now, but I will say that I quite enjoyed it, and I am super excited to see where Episode 9 will take us. But I'm not excited for the Han Solo movie that's in between, but who knows, that might be a good movie as well. But yeah, a little bit, one or two little moments were spoiled for me. Meme-wise. That's the problem with the internet. If you don't see the movie in the first week, you're bound to get something spoiled. And I was one of the lucky few that only got one little part spoiled, and one little, not really a spoiler part, but a little bit funny spoiler. But you know what? I think I did pretty well, and making sure I don't spoil anything. And also, there's a, what's it called? The Avengers trailer played before that. I still haven't seen the trailer, but when it came on after one or two shots, I was like, you know what, I'm going to close my eyes. And there's only one other movie I did that for, was the Kingsman Golden Circle, because I saw the teaser trailer and I was like, okay, that's the only trailer I need to see. And when I went to see Baby Driver for the third time, I went to the they showed the theatrical new longer trailer, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna close my eyes because I haven't seen the movie yet. And I love how just hearing the sounds of the trailer, and then it's like seeing the actual movie, you don't know when those sounds are gonna happen because you don't have any visual cue to go with it. So anyways, I really enjoyed the Star Wars The Last Jedi. I definitely think it was a great continuation off of The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens was overall, looking back after a couple of years that it's been released, that it was pretty good. But it wasn't, it was good enough. that's what the Force Awakens was. Force Awakens was getting everyone back into the swing of Star Wars way after the prequels. So I think Disney is doing a tremendous job with the Star Wars franchise. But once again, I'm not really I don't know if you heard anything in the first part, because I was recording. I was in last 10 minutes before the movie started to do the recording for the just before, so I don't know how much is you can actually hear, but what I said was I'm not really a fan of Star Wars. I've never really been a fan, but I did always like Star Wars for what it was. I always enjoyed it for it being a space opera, an epic space opera of wars and stuff. So I always enjoyed Star Wars. I was never really truly a fan, and you know, these movies are starting. I don't know. I'm starting to, you know. I don't know if I like, I have bought Star Wars merchandise. I have a Star Wars sweater. I have Star Wars Magic the Gathering sleeves and all that, but it's like I always liked Star Wars. I'm not a fan, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. I loved there are movies that I dislike of Star Wars, and there's movies I love. And this is one of the ones I'll probably love, especially in the grand scheme of things. The pacing issues, I can see why people point it out as a problem, but it's not really a problem given what the story is and what it's conveying. It's not trying to convey too much at once. There was one point where I thought, I'm like, okay, this is a little bit unrealistic in the terms of stretching out time and all that film jargon and whatnot, but overall, after seeing the whole film, I really enjoyed it, and I don't think there wasn't I'm just dragging on the fact that the pacing issues, because that's what I heard from everyone, is like, oh, pacing was off, or I don't know, it was an okay film, a little too much or whatever, and it's like, I didn't have any of those problems. So if you haven't seen Star Wars The Last Jedi, I would recommend going to see it. Until next time, oh my god, that sun is friggin' bright. I would be doing this interview outside the car, but it's minus 14. When I arrived here, it was minus 17, so it's actually warmed up a bit, but I better get home before this slight lull in warmness turns to freezing cold again. So that's the thing about being in Canada, eh? Let me know in the comments below what you thought of Star Wars The Last Jedi, and here's to another year of movies I've never seen before. And thank you very much for watching. I want you to have a nice day or night or whatever time you watch this. Have a nice whatever. I'm Mitchell Ryan Darcy, and I just watched Star Wars The Last Jedi.